This is a great man for Good Man Radio Show on this Monday. Hope everybody's having a great Monday, depending on where you're at. I heard some places are getting shelters in place, probably maybe sooner or later, in most of the areas. Where that's happening in Wisconsin, it's coming soon. And as the National Guard has been put in place, or he put the shelter in places in California, New York, and Washington State. I think that's where it said, Washington State or Washington. It didn't say D.C. It's kind of getting interesting. It's just the numbers are growing now. The tests are coming back in. We just found out they had to close a Chick-fil-A in Clemson area, in Anderson County, in the Clemson area. The employee tested positive for this virus. And in Clemson, South Carolina, one of the Chick-fil-A's there, employees. That's why it's like looking at these restaurants. So to be saying that you can't get it from takeout, you know. Everybody keeps feeling like we're going to be in the shelter thing next here in South Carolina. I don't even know if it's coming or yet or not. We don't know yet. We're waiting on the governor of the state to come out and say something soon. We're waiting to see. But he's supposed to come on at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, our time here in South Carolina, and he ain't come on yet. The city of Greenville here has put all parks and volleyballs and all that stuff, closed them down. Schools in North Carolina are shut down until May 15th. I don't even think that real. See schools where we're going. I've seen something floating around, I don't even know if it's true or not, they're saying China and might have all this stuff revamped back up again. Like, what a new version of this. I'm like, what the... It's like everything's shutting down, and Las Vegas looks like a ghost town. I've seen some pictures coming from people that's out there walking around and taking pictures. It's like a nightmare. And I got a feeling it's going to happen here. So where GameStop finally decided to shut all their stuff down. The governor in North Carolina said shut everything down from like theaters, the malls, grocery stores, and drugstores. Something really scary and interesting. I'm so tired. This weather today is like gloomy and rainy and cold. And here in South Greenville, it's like high near 50. It's like it's starting to get crazy now. My mother-in-law had to just go ahead and take some time off from where she works, just to make it. Because of the way it's getting so crazy and everything now, it's, people in their 70s, it don't matter what age you are. I've seen now the people who spring breaking down in Florida ain't even got it. Picked it up. It don't matter where you do or what you do now. I don't know. Just gotta be careful and keep washing your hands and all that good stuff. All that stuff. Let's see, we got more rain on the radar now. It's chilly, cold air. Can't stop yawning during this. Try to get on here until I ain't been on here in a while and stuff. And I've been watching some things up on the man and everything, and not on the man stuff, but mostly the TV shows and stuff we watch here and there. If you get Amazon Prime, you can get BritBox now. You can buy BritBox. It's got all the British comedy shows and British television up there. I found it because whenever it put what I wanted up there on it, like the Mr. and Mrs. Brown boys and Are You Being Served? I found another version of Are You Being Served last night. It's a newer version with the different people playing the same characters but different. The original, only one original within there is Mr. The guy that worked in the men's apartment. He's the only original person that's playing himself. And the original ones in the 1970s. This is like 2016 came out, but it's actually set back in 1988 of that era. It's kind of weird. But all these local businesses impact this and stuff. It's crazy. The death tolls are high and going up in some places. We don't want to get into that. And it's sad. And I always find the things the truck drivers trying to get our stores back to normal. I still ain't found no toilet paper anywhere yet. I see some stores are still a wreck. I found out a new store I didn't never heard of. It's in Australia called Coles. It's COLES. And I saw this guy playing pranks on people in stores, and the stores were really bad at the time. But I haven't heard they were getting back to normal over there in Australia, maybe. But that's what I was hearing. Because I got a friend at work lives over there. I went to school with. His sister was posting stuff about how good they're finally coming back to retail. Economy is coming back up where you can buy things. That's what people got to do here. Just stop hoarding the stuff. Come on. Like every time we get the stuff in the store, boom, it goes right back in the door. I know we are in a big mess. We're not going to run out of stuff. The store's going to stay open. It's like, right now the people are looking at the people, most people are accepting that it's me because I have asthma and plus I'm diabetic. I'm not real blown, but my wife is more I am. So I keep it down with the medicines. I need to slow down on my eating habit. But I play something. I don't know what I want to play, but I'll play this one. Alrighty, this is Dread the Man for the Greg Radio Show. Hope everybody's doing okay and surviving everything. A dark and gloomy day outside. I don't know. Can't go outside here much because it's wet and damp. And that's how they shut down all the playground and stuff for people. And they can still go walking and around things, and they can't congregate in big groups right now. No, I'm just coughing because I'm just coughing. No, then you got drive-through prayers going on in places in Washington, D.C. Oh, boy. I don't know if this is really good. Carolina Panthers traded Kyle Allen now to the Washington Redskins, what I'm reading. I don't know how true that is. And the Carolina Panthers got another quarterback. Oh, Lord. They should have kept Cam Newton instead of what they did to him. Like they're going. I don't even know if it's all true. My cousin posted it about something like that earlier when it was in Atlanta. I don't know if he works for Turner Broadcasting and stuff, and CNN and all that stuff. I asked him to give me some free stuff, but he wouldn't do it. He never even responded back on that stuff. Probably gets asked that a lot. I'd ask him about that since it's on TNT. I don't know if he does, if he didn't have anything on that or not. It'd be cool if he did. This is only one of his broadcasting channels. AEW on TNT. Oh, we got Henry McMaster talking right now. I think I'm going to end up jumping out of here. I hope everybody stays safe, and I'll try to listen to some of this here. Or is he talking? He's going to do the prayer thing right now. Just hold on. I was going to end up maybe broadcasting it on my show. I don't know if I want to or not. I got too much noises going on right here. I got a washing machine going on right now with clothes in it. You know, that's what happens when you're doing stuff around the house and you do your show from the house and everything. Well, Saturday night was kind of crazy at work, and I did a show from there. Yesterday we didn't do nothing. Oh, yeah, I meant to talk about the iRacing thing that Dale Earnhardt Jr. came down to the wire between him and Denny Hamlin. Hamlin went down low to shove him and made him slow up. If it was me, Hamlin wouldn't have done that move to me. He would have been in the wall with me. I would have spun him out, and he would have been going. And there would have been a big wreck behind us. Cause of it, yep.
To be here, I am happy to report that South Carolina is making great progress. We are coming together.
The governor of South Carolina.
In a way that we see in these emergency situations, and it's comforting to see it happening again with this unprecedented situation and unprecedented emergency. I have a progress report and an update in a number of areas. You remember we asked the state employees to work at home according to their supervisor's discretion. We now have working from home and state employees 15,238. Working as normal in the office, we have 15,812. It's almost 50-50. We are hoping that we can move that 50-50 number up to 75% working at home in the next 2 weeks or so. We urge our private employees also to follow this example to the extent that they can, because we know that this makes a difference. It's the closeness and the inevitabilities of contact on surfaces and hands and things, as well as coughing and sneezing, that make this virus so dangerous. All plans and contingencies are on the table. We're not ruling anything in except those we've already ruled in. We're not ruling anything out. And that includes, as been asked by many, shelter in place. which is a stay home, shelter in place order, which we have not issued. And that is a drastic action, and we all hope that that will not be necessary. And many South Carolinians are taking precautions that will render that unnecessary. They're staying home, they're using good personal hygiene, they're washing their hands, they're cleaning surfaces, they're not touching their nose and mouth and their eyes to contact and spread the disease, and they're using common sense. I know it's hard to not touch things and then touch your face, touch your eyes, nose, and mouth, which of course leads to the respiratory part of this. It's hard to do that. That's why you must keep washing your hands all day long. And that's why it's important to stay away, keep that social distance from others so that you're not spreading things by contact and also by sneezing and coughing. So for all those who are out there working so hard to see that our people are safe, I want, on behalf of all the rest of us, I want to say thank you very much. We appreciate it and urge you to continue to do it, but to do it with more vigor and attempt to set as good an example and as an obvious example as you can for all of our federal citizens, our common citizens, our friends and our neighbors. Many people are not using common sense. Now you see, I'm rubbing not my eye, but right under my eye. That is, and I've just washed my hands, so there's nothing on my hands because I washed them for almost a minute ago. That's about the only way you ought to be touching your face. But there are a lot of people that are not doing that. And those are the simple things. There are a lot of people that are congregating. There are a lot of people, you go into the beaches in big crowds, a lot of people going into the parking lots, a lot of people going at the shopping centers and things like that and congregating. And that opens up all kinds of opportunities for the spread of this virus. And that lack of discipline, that lack of consideration, lack of forethought, and lack of consciousness about what is going on is what will result in the spread of this virus. So I want to ask everyone to redouble their efforts to see that we do not jam people together. We don't have groups where there's spontaneous or planned, and not to put others in that immediate contact that results in this infection. That is how it is spread, by touching each other, touching one's stuff, and then going to your hands with your nose, mouth, and your eyes. So I'm issuing another executive order under this state of emergency, and it is this: to reinforce this point and to allow us to take official action. There is a state statute, and it reads and allows this, and I want to make everyone aware now. I'm hereby authorizing, ordering, and directing any and all law enforcement officers of the state or any political subdivision thereof, in accordance with the South Carolina Code of Laws and of the applicable law, to prohibit or disperse any congregation or gathering of people unless authorized in their homes in groups of 3 or more, if the law enforcement officials determine in their discretion that such gathering or congregation in people poses or could pose a threat to public health. Now this is statutory authority our law enforcement officers have. It is similar, you could say, to a public nuisance statute, which is a civil statute, but this is a criminal statute and it's a misdemeanor. And this would apply to a lot of things. It would apply to parties on the beach, to boisterous gatherings or concerts, to spontaneous gatherings or unruly gatherings in shopping centers, parking lots. Those are the kinds of things, and we have all seen them. What it does not apply to, what it is not intended to apply to, is law-abiding businesses or employers. It's difficult to draw the line, but we know it when we see it. And law officers have this authority by state law, and under this state of emergency, I'm asking them to implement it vigorously according to their discretion. We must not have these sorts of gatherings that are invitations for infection. I want to thank some people who have done a lot of great work. We've asked for the contractors and construction companies to go through their materials and see if there are personal protective equipment that could be given, donated to the hospitals and others, and they have come forward in a remarkable fashion. And these include Sloan Construction Company, Lineberger Construction, D.R. Horton, Professional Building Supply, Builders First Source, and I know there are others that are coming in as well, and we appreciate that very much. That is the South Carolina spirit that is so alive and well in this emergency, as well as when we have others like hurricanes and floods. It's neighbors helping neighbors. Here's some facts. According to the South Carolina Medical Association, the South Carolina Hospital Association, you recall we asked to move those people out, put off elective surgery if it's not urgent, to go ahead and put that off, to leave the beds available for those who may be coming in as a result of the virus. Well, today there are 56% more vacant hospital beds today than were when I asked the hospital to suspend those elective procedures last Tuesday afternoon. What that means is that there are 1,819 more beds available to handle that than there were 6 days ago. And we're also working with the National Guard, with Fort Jackson, General Beagle, with others to find places that we can use as an overflow for the hospitals in order to bring the virus patients that need isolation into the hospitals. Last week I asked the grocery stores, pharmacies, and retailers to set aside special senior hours so our senior citizens could go in without the rush of other customers and buy their necessary items and groceries and things that they need. Again, the spirit of South Carolina is evident, and so far, and the list is growing. We've had responses of setting aside senior times for shopping from the following: Aldi, Buy Low, Costco, Harris Teeter, Ingles, Kroger, Lowe's Food, Publix, Target, Walgreens, Walmart, W. Lee Flowers, and Food Lion. That is a remarkable response in South Carolina to that request. Also, another note, 91 Small Business Administration loan applications have been made by South Carolinians since the state was approved 3 days ago, and our entire state has been approved for these Small Business Administration loans. And I want to say again, finally, to all the citizens of South Carolina, if you don't need to be in a public place, if you don't need to be out, then don't go out. This is a good time to stay home. There are a lot of things we all need to do at home, whether it's cleaning out the garage, reading a book, fixing something. There must be 1,001 things that we all always looking for some time to do. Well, time has arrived. This is a good time to stay home if you can. Don't be in a public place, because we must all assume that we must all assume that the people we're talking to have the virus. If we all take those kind of precautions, then chances are that virus is not going to spread, at least on that event there. We urge everyone to remember, wash your hands. Keep your hands away from your eyes, your nose, your mouth, because you may be bringing something that you contacted on a table or a desk or a steering wheel or a doorknob that somebody touched the day before, and you scratch your eye and there you go. You're subject to that infection, because it's a strong virus and it lasts a long time, particularly on steel and plastic and things like that. Prevent this spread. Don't hoard supplies. There are plenty of food, plenty of things coming to the grocery stores. They will be open. There's no need to hoard supplies. And always follow the information of the official sources only. There are a lot of rumors. You wouldn't believe some of the rumors that we hear. I don't know where these rumors come from, but some of them are just as wild as they can be. But follow the official sources. Get your information from the official sources and not from any place else. And that's one reason we're having this press conference. It's one reason we send out as much information as we can in order to provide, to answer the questions of the people. And I know DHEC and other institutions are doing the same thing. So I want to thank the citizens for working so hard, and want to urge those that are not yet, don't seem to have a grip on how serious this is, urge them to think it over and be courteous, be safe, and let's don't be sorry. Let's be safe. Dr. Bell of DHEC, if you please.
Thank you.
All right, that was Governor Henry McMaster, Governor of South Carolina. I'm thinking I'm going to end up jumping out of here and let everybody have a great. I'll be back tomorrow, whatever goes on and everything. I hope everybody stay safe out there. And thanks for listening to the Greg Man Radio Show and for all the information that's coming out there. It's time to get me out of here. All right, Greg Morton. Catch y'all later tomorrow. This is Greg Man for Greg Man Radio Show. Peace. I'm out.
Thanks for listening, everybody, to the Greg Talks Radio Show. It's the best radio show ever.